Hello everyone and good morning. This is Rose Jacobs live from Kalkine studio and you're watching the early trades. Let's get started with our market open report. The Australian share market has added 60.7 points to 7,374.6 in the opening minutes of trade, led by strong gains from materials and technology stocks. The local tech sector took a strong lead from Wall Street, where the Nasdaq surged 3%. Nearmap jumped 3.4%, Afterpay rose 3.9% and Tyro Payments firmed 2.8%. Nickel Mines advanced 3.8% after buying a 70% interest in the Oracle Nickel project. Iron ore stocks rallied after the price of the bulk commodity surged 8%. Champion Iron climbed 4.7%, BHP rose 2.4%, Fortescue added 3.1% and Rio Tinto added 2.6%. Santos rose 3.2% after receiving ICCC approval for its merger, while Woodside rose 1.9% following the announcement that it will invest $5 billion in clean energy by the year 2030. The S&P ASX 200 was hovering above 7,400 before last week's panic and looks set to narrow that gap significantly this session. All 11 US sectors advanced, suggesting plenty of buying options. Wall Street's best performers were technology, up 3.51%, consumer discretionary, including Amazon and Tesla, up 2.36% and energy up 2.28%. Financials gained 1.8%, materials 1.51% and industrials 1.03%. The tail lenders were defensives. Utilities up 0.75% and consumer staples up 0.23%. The risk-on mood lifted the dollar. The Aussie dollar jumped 1% to 71.19 US cents, supported by a surge in iron ore yesterday. The spot price for ore landed in China soared 8.1%. The rally followed customs data showing Chinese ore imports increased almost 15% last month, to their highest since July 2020. Michelle Lam, Greater China economist at Societe Generale, told Reuters that the surprise in import growth was driven by a rebound in commodity volume, probably reflecting improving infrastructure, capex demand as local governments stepped up stimulus toward the turn of the year. The share prices of mining giants BHP and Rio Tinto jumped in response. BHP's US-listed stock put on 3.62% after its UK-listed stock gained 5.59%. Rio Tinto rose 3.35% in the US and 4.8% in the UK. The corporate calendar starts to lighten as the holiday slowdown nears. There are no IPOs or major AGMs listed for today. And before we look at more trending updates, let's take a very small break.
Hi there, James Preston for Kalkine TV. Are you into gaming and virtual reality? Does AI and the endless possibilities it entails capture your interest? Or are you constantly trawling through the web to try and discover the latest updates and innovations in the tech space? Well, let us do the work for you. From the latest product launches to shocking affairs on the World Wide Web, exclusive interviews and information about the top companies like Apple and Google to brand new tech startups vying for your attention. Kalkine's Tech Beat has the latest in what matters in the world of technology. Join me every single Thursday on The Tech Beat, exclusive to Kalkine TV.
Welcome back, Rose Jacobs with you this morning for the early trades. Now we take a look at ASX listed companies that are in the news today because of their price sensitive announcements. The Gina Rinehart backed Vulcan Energy has gone into a trading halt ahead of announcing what should be a fairly significant offtake agreement for the zero carbon lithium aspirant. Ahead of its annual general meeting last month, Vulcan announced an offtake agreement with Stellantis, battery production facilities in Europe, with a 5-year agreement starting in 2026 when it hopes to have commenced production. Woodside CEO Meg O'Neill has unveiled a new target for the company to invest US $5 billion or Australian $7 billion in emerging new energy markets by 2030 as part of its strategy to thrive through the energy transition. We expect LNG to remain an important part of the energy mix in our region for decades to come, both as a lower carbon source of fuel for coal-dependent countries and as convenient firming capacity for renewables, Ms O'Neill said at an investor briefing. Sydney Airport has confirmed that there will be no final distribution paid for 2021, given the continued significant impact of COVID-19 on the business performance of Sydney Airport over the second half of the calendar year. Billboard company Media has sold its digital publishing division Junkee to the publisher of Australian Geographic, RACAT Group. Junkee, which also runs publications Punky and AWOL, will be overseen by Piers Grove, the man behind satirical website The Batuta Advocate, and youth news publication The Daily Oz. Media put Junkee up for sale earlier this year after it decided the publisher no longer fit in with the broader strategic interests of the business. Oil Search and Santos have received approval from the Independent Consumer and Competition Commission of Papua New Guinea regarding their merger. The implementation of the merger remains subject to certain conditions, including court approval and the satisfaction or waiver of certain other customary conditions. Well, that's all for now on the early morning trades, but do stay tuned for Kalkine TV as we have many more shows lined up for you, sharing live updates across the economy, markets and sectors. I'm Rose Jacobs, signing off.